Our dear guests from Africa and around the world, welcome to the opening ceremony of Africa Internet of Things and Artificial Intelligence Challenge, the first program of its kind in Africa, coming to you with the slogan, Africa is now connected. It's my pleasure to be your host today. This is Mohammed Abul Ainain, the project manager for Africa IoT and AI Challenge. I will be moderating the ceremony today, having the honor to be among our keynote speakers. The challenge board decided to make our opening ceremony on the 25th of May to celebrate Africa Day, which is today. I'd like to share with you that the ceremony has simultaneous interpretation from English to Arabic and French, and also to sign language. You can see in Zoom the icons for a different channel for each language. The Arabic language is on the German channel. The ceremony is also live streamed on a number of social media channels like Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Before we move to our guests of honor, I would like to briefly introduce the challenge to our attendees. Africa IoT and AI Challenge is a capacity building and pre-incubation program for university students and young entrepreneurs who have innovative ideas and applications in Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, and related fields. The challenge aims at building technical calibers in Africa and Industry 4.0 technologies to cope up with the digital transformation movement in the whole world. The challenge unites the resources and experiences of several national and international entities who join forces to participate in shaping the digital future of Africa. The challenge is organized by IEEE, the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, with its dedicated Society for Technology and Engineering Management, IEEE TIMS, and also the IEEE Africa Council. The official sponsor of the challenge is Benia, the leading digital solutions and ICT infrastructure provider in Egypt and the MEA region. They are helping different countries and different governments governments in the region to be digitally transformed and to cope with the digital transformation movement. The challenge is not just a competition. It delivers training and workshops on business and technical topics. So the participants get support with mentorship and access to fabrication facilities and cloud services. Participants then compete in local finals in their countries, and then the local winners are qualified to be finalists in the regional challenge taking place each year in IEEE Global Conference on Artificial Intelligence and Internet of Things. This is not just the first year for the challenge. This is the expansion in Africa. The challenge started back in Egypt in 2016, then expanded in 2019 to the Arab region. Now, as we speak, the challenge is spanning 9 Arab countries in the Arab region. After the success it made in the Arab region, the challenge board decided to expand to Africa starting this year, and here we go. In its first phase, being inaugurated or launched today, Africa IoT and AI Challenge is starting in Egypt, Kenya, Morocco, Tunisia, and Uganda. Then expanding to South Africa, Nigeria, and Rwanda in the fourth quarter in 2021. However, the challenge is targeting the whole continent online. The mentioned countries are meant to have physical activities through our local challenge organizers that you will get introduced to them shortly. Yet passionate youth can join us online and register through our website, africaiotai.org, and enjoy the educational content we have on the IoT and AI Knowledge Hub offered by our technology partners in Arabic, English, French to suit all African youth. Our dear attendees from around the world, I would like to remind you again that the ceremony is translated into Arabic, English, and sign language. So while you are in, and also French, so while you are on Zoom, you can check the channels and move to the channel you would like to hear or to listen to the opening ceremony in your preferred language. Also, the ceremony is live streamed in Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. I will leave the virtual floor now to Mr. Mohammed Aboud, the chair of Africa IoT and AI Challenge, to share with us his welcome note.
Assalamu alaikum. Hi everybody. It is a great pleasure to welcome all of you in the launching event of the Africa IoT and AI Challenge. It is a great pleasure to have all of these distinguished guest with us to make this official launching. Actually, IoT and I-Challenge, as mentioned by Muhammad Abu Al-Ainin, is a digital transformation movement that started since 5 years ago in Egypt in 2016. After that, it expanded to the Arab region, and now we are expanding to African region. The challenge mission is to simulate innovation-based economy in the Africa through strategy, facilitation, and promoting innovation, entrepreneurship, and the creation of an intellectual property in the IoT and AI and in their applications. It is a great pleasure to have all of you, and it is a good opportunity for all innovators, university students from all over Africa to be part of this big challenge. I would like to leave the floor for Dr. Andy, the chair of the TEM Society, to share his speech with us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mohammed. Good evening to our friends and colleagues in Asia. Good afternoon to our friends and colleagues in North America. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of IEEE, Technology and Engineering Management Society, IEEE TEMS, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the Africa Internet of Things and Artificial Intelligence Challenge. At the moment, doctors, scientists, engineers, healthcare workers, and many other professionals are putting their heart and soul into finding a scientific and data-driven solution to this coronavirus pandemic. COVID-19 offers proofs of the benefit of collaborations and working together, bringing various technologies together. AI is one of the prime tools being used currently for analyzing medical data, preparing treatment plans, contact tracing and detections, hotspot analyzing, transmission rate, drug beacon in the technology landscape of smart cities during the pandemic outbreak. The world post-COVID-19 is going to be a lot more AI-driven, as these emerging technologies have produced outstanding results in scientific research and technology development, big data analysis, detections, and medical treatment, which will require G. This is a great period to create social impact using technology. Along with technology, we need excellent talent for innovation and entrepreneurship for creating society impactful products and services. Further, we need new age marketing and community engagement to connect with global consumers. This event is designed to promote community engagement that can create an impact for humanity, which is also the tagline for IEEE. IEEE is the trusted voice for engineering, computing, and technology information around the globe. My name is Andy Chen. I'm the president of IEEE TEMS. TEMS is one of a kind amongst IEEE societies because of its diverse membership across all sectors. We are a society that covers different areas of research and innovation needs for large, medium, and small enterprises. TEM is also one of the longest serving societies in IEEE. It has been around in different forms since 1951. We are celebrating our 70th anniversary. In TEMS, we focus on people. Our tagline is leaders, enabling and services for good. We want to advance and enhance essential management skills. Our work in product services from idea to market. Implementing success.
I think it was bad network. He left, I think, because of that connection.
Yeah, it seems Mr. Andy connection is not good. And this is the technology. Welcome to IoT and AI Challenge. Technology.
Am I back now? Am I back now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, Mr. Andy.
Yes, Andy.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, I don't know how long did I miss?
Just a couple, 2 minutes or 1 minute even.
Okay, so let me just continue. My apology for technologies. I think there's some challenge in the internet connections.
Yeah.
Today's events include teams from both graduation projects and startup. There are a variety of categories which include automotive, energy, healthcare, education, smart manufacturing, smart building, smart homes, smart agriculture, smart transportation, fintech, retail, e-commerce, and so on. This is an opportunity to transform your mindset and interact with academia and industry leaders from top-notch companies and many influencers from Africa AIoT community. The event participants have opportunity to seek out for technical mentorship, project funding, and access to advanced technical content and digital fabrication lab. I would like to close by my remark by thanking our official sponsor, Kenya, and our partner, IEEE Africa Council. I would also like to acknowledge the contribution of our local challenge organizers from Egypt, Kenya, Morocco, Tunisia, Uganda, and our latest addition, Digital Africa, with my good friend, Dr. Evan Warren. I would like to thank our community partners and academia partners, such as my esteemed colleague, President Isa Bastati from University of Dubai. Special thanks go to our organizing partners, Global Innovation and Entrepreneurship, Ideal Space, and Wakanda AI Ventures. Most of all, I would like to thank you all for participating and contributing to this event. I sincerely hope you will enjoy sharing today's discussions, learning, and networking. Thank you all for your participation. I hope to see you all in our future IoT and AI Challenge event.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Andy, for your keynote speech and for being with us today. Moving now to IEEE Africa Council as one of our main partners in this challenge. We have now Mr. Vincent Kabunga, the chair of IEEE Africa Council. Welcome to the stage, Mr. Kabunga.
Thank you so much. I must say I am really excited to be here with you, everyone, and I wish you all a good afternoon to start off. But I'd like to begin by, first of all, expressing on behalf of the Africa Council and on my own behalf, our extreme gratitude to the IEEE TEM Society and particularly to Professor Mohammed Aboud and his team for the work they've done in bringing the vision of the Africa IoT Challenge to life. This is a very vital action in bringing the human capacity, in developing the human capacity that Africa needs to build in the area of AI. AI is a general purpose technology that can transform the lives of everyone. It has the potential to solve some of the world's biggest challenges, especially those that are specifically unique to Africa, from treating diseases to safeguarding food security. It can help us to communicate communication with populations and communities that have been left behind. And as has really become evident to everyone, we need to build a huge capacity within Africa to be able to do this. Of course, we're going to do it on our own. And so one of the things that the Africa Council has been very much involved in is supporting engineering workforce development activities in Africa. And workforce development is itself a vital part of addressing the issues of digital inclusion and closing the divide that we have in existence. The IEEE Africa Council itself was established by the IEEE MGA and the Board of Directors to enable IEEE sections and subsections in Africa to collaborate. It represents the IEEE membership in Africa within IEEE and to our stakeholders outside of IEEE. And it's also the mechanism that we within IEEE use to engage with our other stakeholders across the continent. The council comprises of 10 sections currently and 5 subsections, IEEE subsections. Algeria, Botswana, Burkina Faso, Ghana, Kenya, Mauritius, Liberia, Morocco, Nigeria, South Africa, Tanzania, and Uganda. But we actually have membership right across Africa in 44 countries. And this is a really large space that we are helping to support to build the engineering capacity that will really drive this region forward. And IEEE is doing this by working with a number of strategic partners that are helping us to achieve these objectives. Everyone, including the African Union, Smart Africa, the NEPAD agency, the African Standards Association, UNESCO, the World Bank, and many national engineering societies and regulators, and of course, holding hands with our technical societies within IEEE. Our mission in the workforce development space is to assist in every way we can to help Africa build the human capacity it's going to need to get 1 million engineers in place by 2050. It's a big ask, but we have decided to take the bull by the horns and work in doing this. So I really applaud the work that the CHEMS and the IoT team have done to actually put this into fruition. In the last quarter of last year, the IEEE Africa Council worked with the Smart Africa Alliance partners to develop the Africa AI Blueprint, which we hope will be adopted by the heads of state later this year. And this challenge fits right into the work that we want to support within the countries themselves, helping to build the human capacity that Africa is going to need to develop in the AI space. So I'm really thankful once again to the challenge team. I'd like to thank our official sponsor, Benia Capital, our local challenge partners, our organizing partners, and everybody that has been able to join the call today. And I sincerely hope you're all going to enjoy this challenge. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you so much, Mr. Kabunga, and thank you for the insights you mentioned about IEEE Africa Council. I'd like now to move to our next keynote speaker. A challenge like ours is surely backed by a venture capital. And here comes Wakandai Ventures, one of the challenge founding organizers. Please welcome with me Mr. Ahmed Al-Bahiri, the founder of Wakandai Ventures, to share his keynote and also introduce the official sponsor of the challenge. The floor is yours, Mr. Bahiri.
Thank you, Muhammad. Thank you, everybody. Thank you all for joining us today. It gives me great pleasure to witness the coming forth of a dream that we worked hard at Wakandai to achieve. Today, the official launch of the IEEE Whole Africa IoT and I Challenge. And what a great day to celebrate the launch of the IEEE Africa IoT and AI Challenge, being May 25th is the Africa Day. So happy Africa Day, everybody. We founded Wakandai early 2019 as a technology-savvy investment firm, focusing on delivering AI and IoT solutions and applications to African communities. To achieve that vision, we had a deliberate discussion with the IEEE TEM Society that yielded the founding of the IEEE AI and IoT Africa Challenge. While combined artificial intelligence and Internet of Things, AIoT, hold the promise of a more connected future. The AIoT fusion is increasingly becoming more mainstream as it continues to transform the fundamental ways in which we live our lives and process our data. AIoT is when AI meets the Internet of Things. The Internet of Things is the technology helping us to reimagine our daily life, but artificial intelligence is the real driving force behind the IoT's full potential. From its most basic applications of tracking our fitness level to its wide-reaching potential across industries and urban planning. The growing partnership between AI and IoT means that a smarter future could occur sooner than we think. AI plus IoT are the superpowers of innovation. IoT devices uses the internet to communicate, collect, and exchange the information about our online activities every day. They generate today 1 billion gigabytes of data. By 2025, it's projected that 42 billion IoT connected devices will be active globally. It's only natural that as these devices numbers grow, the swaths of data will grow too. That's where AI steps in, lending its learning capabilities to the connectivity of the IoT. In fact, Gartner estimates that over 80% of enterprise IoT projects will incorporate AI by 2022. While Africa may be the developing continent, it has shown great promise and opportunity in the past decade. This can be seen in the continent's eagerness to transcend into the fourth industrial revolution. IoT has grown in both supply and demand across Africa, especially with COVID-19 now accelerating the continent's digital transformation deployment. This can be seen in the continent's growing demand for smarter financial systems and more stable telecommunications operations. Africa launched its free trade zone in January 2021 with the potential to create a 3 trillion GDP. Africa population will reach 2.5 billion by 2050. 50% of that is under the age of 25. Internet economy will contribute to 7 and 12 billion USD by 2050. At Wakandai, we believe that African communities will leapfrog to future technologies with the help of this great initiative from the IEEE to spread AI and IoT knowledge across Africa. At the end of my speech, I have to thank the IEEE TEMS organization for believing in Africa as the beacon of light for new technologies and applications. Also to convey my deep appreciation to Benia Capital and its chairman, Engineer Ahmed Bikki, the official sponsor of AI and IoT Africa Challenge. Happy Africa Day to all my African brothers and sisters. Africa is undoubtedly the continent of the future. Looking forward for a successful challenge implementation, and thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Mr. Bahiri. Now we're waiting for Mr. Ahmed Mekki, the CEO of Benia, the official sponsor of the Africa IoT and AI Challenge. Yes, Mr. Mekki, the floor is yours.
Good afternoon, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you really for joining us today to celebrate the launch of Africa IoT and AI Challenge. It's a very special day for Africa, so happy Africa Day for everyone. It's really a pride to join the African organizations and companies concerned with youth development, especially in the field of ICT. This is which established the youth to speak the language of the future. The past few months is specific for us here in Benia. We were very fruitful. inking several cooperation protocols with institutions both inside and outside Egypt, mainly in Africa, in order to establish and develop the ICT infrastructure in this part of the world. This is in line with our vision of not only the contributing, for example, here in a country like Egypt, for a technologically superior Egypt, but also for a digitized region of MEA region. Today, we're really very proud to be sponsoring such a challenge, Africa IoT and AI challenge, to support striving calibers in the ICT field and provide countries with qualified technical calibers, cadres who accelerate the digital transformation of the Arab world and Africa. Now, the world is going through this is the era of digital transformation. There is no doubt for this, reflecting the success and overall efficiency of the economy. No country seeking a real development, real sustainable development can hope to achieve its aims without strong ICT sector, strong ICT infrastructure that will be a sort of a catalyst for the development of any sector. This is the era now for this, and it will continue to be like this for the next at least 20 to 25 years. So we are lucky to be in this industry that is the industry that is affecting all the other industries and all the other sectors. Generally, the dimensions for the sustainable development strategy comprise of 3 dimensions. One is economic dimension that relies on transparency, efficiency, availability of energy and knowledge. Number 2, social. So number 1 is economic, number 2 is social, the social dimension, which stands on developing education, training, health, culture, social justice. The third is the environmental dimension, which is focusing mainly on the environment and urban development. Years ago, Benya was established with a clear mission, very focused and centered around enabling the development of knowledge-based society and strong digital economy relying on equitable and affordable access to knowledge and digital rights. Digital rights, not only digital needs. So the development of competitive, innovative, national ICT industry is the only gate, actually only the way and the gate to fully digitized services offered by public and private sector. We're very focused with all the different components that we are investing in to build the platform that's to be trusted by every nation that decides to transform their country digitally. So to be the trusted name for this. Egypt helped us a lot to build a good track record, because digital transformation cannot happen in anywhere in the world without not only blessing or support of the government or the leadership, it needs enforcement. So the government of Egypt, and because they believe in digital transformation, they invested heavily in this. They give us the opportunity to be able to build good track records during the last 4 years in a specific. Africa, and we're considering ourselves, we're coming from the heart of Africa, for Africa. Africa has been the land of opportunities always, and full of resources, human capabilities, power, being the largest youngest population continent that is constantly growing rapidly, with 20% of the total population aging from 15 to 24 years, and 40% even younger than that. The potential of young people is driving force of any continent, so any specific for our continent, to be a collective prosperity by 2050. The teeming numbers of young Africans are forecast to form over a quarter of the world's labor force. Moreover, there is a growing consensus, we all agree on that, that Africa's youthfulness will continue to grow for the next 30 to 50 years, while the other continents, in a way, they are aging. With initiatives and programs like IoT and AI Challenge, Africa will be shaping the future through innovation and technological achievements. Over the past years, Benia has been the strategic partner of the government of Egypt to deploy Egypt Digital Transformation Plan. We have all the resources, skills, capital required, know-how needed to be the key enabler in digital transformation of the African nations. Our company mission and strategy in alignment with Egypt Vision 2030, providing also the countries with a wide range of IT products and services that foster digital inclusion, building capacities, ensuring cybersecurity, and achieving the transition to a knowledge-based economy. Sponsoring IoT and AI Challenge stems from our company's belief in the importance of readiness of the future, and thus the importance of investing in whom will lead Africa, in whom will lead it. In recent years, Africa has witnessed a digital entrepreneurship boom with hundreds of millions of dollars investments in tech industry. At Benia, we have been in the heart of the change, starting from fiber optic networks. We're building the biggest manufacturing facility for fiber optic in MEA region, and the production will be ready by early next year to serve Africa need for proper infrastructure for the development, digital development, up to top-notch innovations to build a strong digital economy. Following multiple of success stories in Egypt, the decision has been made, and we extended the change to African neighbors, joining Smart Africa Alliance, where we joined already Smart Africa as a gold member. Benia is currently working closely with the African body, and we are committed to supporting Smart Africa organization that shares our strategic ICT infrastructure vision towards providing capable resources that achieve the continent's digitization goals and objectives on several fronts, accelerating sustainable socioeconomic development and ushering the Africa into knowledge economy through affordable access to broadband and usage of information and communication technologies. In addition, Benia has recently signed an important shareholder agreement with the Société Congolaise des Postes Télécommunications, SCPT, to establish Benia Telecom DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo, in very central in Africa, big country, to build a new local telecommunication operator in partnership with SCPT to serve this big important country, to connect all the cities with fiber optic networks, 16,000 kilometers of fiber, and connect all the cities and connecting them to the neighboring countries. The Democratic Republic of Congo have geostrategic position in the center of Africa, which makes DRC as a natural crossroads for trade between North and South Africa, as well as East and West. That's why it was a great step for us. We're very proud to achieve it, that we signed it with the leadership there. And we are already starting in this project, and we'll start to see deploying and delivering different phases of the project in the coming months. So DRC, it's going to be the largest telecommunication and digital hub by having this setup in Africa, linking Mediterranean and the Cape of Good Hope, the Atlantic and the Indian Ocean from west to east. On the other hand, the economic benefits induced by venture capital investments create enormous opportunities for a country to grow pioneers in venture VCs, venture capitals, and research emphasized that the crucial role of VC in promoting innovation and growth in early stage companies. The optimism was behind Benia's launch to its financial investment arm, Benia Ventures, which plays a significant role in entrepreneurship across Egypt and Africa. So Benia Venture will be the entity that will be focusing on the VC era with the AI IoT challenge. The company will be investing in the high potential digital startups in Africa, supporting Benia's reach to the startups ecosystem, where Africa Challenge correspondingly will enable Benia Ventures to explore talents and scale existing potential startups in the digital arena. Africa holds the future, and its youth has its keys. Benia will stay committed to enabling Africa digitally. We are proud of our African brothers, and we are honored to share their ambition to build a complete digital era for Africa. Thank you, everyone, and I hope great success to all the participants of such a great challenge. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ahmed Mekki from Benia. And now from Africa to Asia, specifically in Dubai, now we have our dear Dr. Isa Bastaki, the president of the University of Dubai, the strategic partner to the challenge. The mic is yours, Dr. Isa.
Thank you, Dr. Mohammed. I appreciate it. Actually, happy Africa Day. It's for Africans, a plus for us also. Africa, launching the Africa IoT and AI Challenge, I consider it as a noble initiative. Why am I saying so? It is, first of all, capacity building towards incubation, and especially for senior students and also for startups that are going to go to a technology. It is free of charge, no fees. That's one of the things that why we see it as a noble cause, a noble initiative. Plus, the organizers are not asking for any equity. So we look at this, its main cause is, and the intention is to create the innovation and entrepreneurship ecosystem to produce knowledge, either tangible or intangible knowledge. And the goal is, which is my motto always, made locally, sold globally. So since that we want Africa to be producing knowledge instead of depending on others. So you have to have the motto of made locally, sold globally, in order to be self-sufficient. Once you become self-sufficient, you can actually have a say in the technology and otherwise. Especially when you look at two areas, which is IoT and AI, I think they're the heart of the Industrial Revolution 4.0. And even though, if you look at the Industrial Revolution 4.0, it is built on many elements like Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, robotics, virtual reality, augmented reality, blockchain, 3D printing. You look at Wi-Fi 6.0 and beyond. You look at cybersecurity, you look at nanotechnology, you look at biotechnology, and you look at big data, IP version 6, and of course, cloud computing. This will make the, well, this is at the end, these all elements I talked about, it's under the umbrella of one big communication technology, which is 5G and beyond. So actually, these are elements of the 5G which serve the Industrial Revolution 4.0. So one of the things that, of course, as Mr. Ahmed Makki said, why are we looking at these things? At the end, we are looking for economic sustainability, we're looking for social sustainability, and we're looking for environmental sustainability. So that we are trying to say that Africa is very rich in its natural resources. We need to capitalize on it. Even though COVID-19 came as a surprise and it hit so many economies, but technology helped it to continue the business, but that's not enough. And we're not looking at business continuity, we're looking at accelerating. So now we need to capitalize on technology, all these elements I talked about, to really go ahead and become a society that is producing standards, that has a say in the world arena. This is what the main idea behind it. So I think we would like to say good luck to those students. We want you to downstream into startups, and those startups will produce knowledge. In the sense when I say knowledge, it's a product general, could be anything, so that you will sell it to the world. And I hope that this will be successful, and this is the beginning of a very long endeavors of becoming a successful continent as Africa. All of the world are looking at Africa, and I hope that one day will come that Africa will be the basin of the technology creation. And I think I'd like to thank all of you for making this happen, and we'll see you soon as a very progressed continent. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Isa, for being with us today. I would like to mention a final reminder to our attendees from around the world. The speakers can be speaking in different languages. However, we have a simultaneous interpretation to English, French, and Arabic, and also we have sign language. So you can change the channel and attend the ceremony in the language you prefer. And also the challenge, the opening ceremony of the challenge is live streamed on different social media channels like Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Now we have the local challenge organizers in each country. These are the ones who are taking care of the challenge or its local activities in their countries. The local challenges are organized by national organizations in each country. In alphabetical order, I will mention the countries' names. So we will start by Egypt. The challenge started in Egypt in 2016 by several partners like the Ministry of ICT, of Information and Communication Technology, represented in the National Telecommunication Regulatory Authority, NTRA. And we have Dr. Rami Ahmed with us attending the ceremony today from the NTRA, and also the Academy of Scientific Research and Technology in Egypt. They have put tremendous support to the challenge since its inception in 2016. And we're honored today to have Dr. Mahmoud Saar, the president of the Academy, attending the ceremony with us today. As one of the main organizers for Egypt's challenge, please welcome with me our dear Dr. Mohammed Shadid, the managing director of the Innovation Cluster in Burj Al Arab.
Should I speak now?
Yes, Dr. Shadid, the floor is
Okay.
yours.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. I'm honored to attend such a tremendous event. Really, the event of IoT Challenge started locally in 2016, started with the Burj Al Arab Innovation Cluster. Here I am talking with two hats. The hat of Innovation Cluster of Burj Al Arab, who started from the early beginning the initiative of IoT Challenge, which is developed to AI and IoT, then to Arab IoT and AI, then to Africa IoT and AI. Second that I am the executive director of Ittisal. Ittisal is a non-governmental organization, civil society, representing the ICT industry in Egypt, with more than 600 companies membership pool. We are representing companies working in telecom, in software, in electronics, in ITO, and training and consultation. Ittisal, as a leader of the innovation cluster, has an arm for innovation and entrepreneurship. We have an incubator, and later this year we shall have our accelerator, and we are dedicated from the beginning to IoT and artificial intelligence. We are almost a unique incubator and accelerator working in hardware, IoT and AI challenge. As industry representative, I am announcing today that by tomorrow, we shall announce over Africa and Egypt a large-scale matchmaking event, which will take place on 21st of June. We are inviting companies from Africa, companies from Egypt, from all over Egypt, or governorates to look to different opportunities of marketing, of merger, of acquisition, of selling, whatsoever. I am very proud that I am talking this occasion that the small nucleus which started in 2016 is now going to be international over Africa. It is, I need to say that Ittisal itself is one of the co-founders of AFICTA. AFICTA is the African ICT organization with more than 22 countries membership pool, and they are one of our community members in this initiative. I would acknowledge two persons here. I would acknowledge Dr. Mahmoud Saar. Mahmoud Saar was a pioneer in innovation and entrepreneurship, and without his spirit, without his push, we couldn't start even to continue the last 4 years. I would like to salute and acknowledge my colleague and friend, Mohammed Aboud. Aboud, with his personality, with dedication to the idea, was able to expand the small nucleus from small national initiative to intercontinental initiative. Dr. Mahmoud, thank you very much. Mohammed Aboud, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Good luck.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Mohammed Shadid. Going now to the commercial hub of East Africa, we have Kenya. We have Mr. Rama Kipkorir, the chairman of the ICT committee in Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, who are the local challenge organizer in Kenya. The mic is yours now, Mr. Rama.
Thank you very much, and happy Africa Day to everyone. And it's indeed a great pleasure to attend this opening ceremony on behalf of the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce, and you know, and really to be part of a movement that that helps Africa, its workforce, the organizations, academia, to prepare for the future. You know, one person once said that the best way to predict the future is basically to create it. So I think it's very important that as Africa and people within this technology space, even as we talk about the industry 4.0, take it upon ourselves to prepare our workforce, to prepare talent, to nurture that kind of talent. And thank you very much, the organizers, that you've been able to put together the people, the different stakeholders, to put up the ecosystem that will ensure that this particular challenge is all inclusive, is transformative. And from the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce, we are an organization of businessmen, an organization that pushes, lobbies, and for a very good policy environment that will allow business people to thrive. And this couldn't have come at a better time. This challenge couldn't have come at a better time, that we are able to work with academic institutions. I've seen one of the partners being Strathmore University, to work together to ensure that we are able to support the businesses to be able to very quickly pick up post-pandemic, and also to be able to discover the new frontiers beyond the horizon. Basically, I think this challenge is going to propel the members of the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce, and of course, as you said, most businesses in the hub of East Africa, Nairobi, and Kenya at large. And I think this competition will increase the efficiency for businesses and industries, which will lead to lower cost, which will lead cost savings from effective processes. And of course, most importantly, is to be able to grow that ecosystem. So I want to say thank you very much. We at the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce are ready to work and spearhead this for a better Kenya and a better Africa tomorrow. Thank you very much. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Rama, for your presence with us today. Heading back to North Africa, we now have Morocco, and our dear Dr. Mohammed Al-Saidi, the professor at Mohammed V University in Rabat. Welcome to the stage, Dr. Saidi.
Thank you. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Happy Africa Day. First of all, may I express my most sincere thanks and gratitude to all the organizers of Africa AI and IoT Challenge, the chairman, all the committees, and Africa sections and the student branches. I guess that everybody agrees that AI and IoT technologies could bring lots of benefits to our continent, and they can contribute to solve many of its problems and challenges in key areas such as education, healthcare, agriculture, energy, and so on and so forth. As is the case for many countries in Africa and elsewhere, AI and IoT appear to be a priority for the Moroccan government during the last few years, owing to the wonderful and amazing benefit they could bring to all kinds of sectors and areas related with the countries and its population activities and needs, as well as to its and their performance. This is evidenced by several recent initiatives launched in Morocco during the last few years, and which aim to harness the benefits of AI, IoT, and other technologies for all kinds of areas and applications for Morocco and its citizens. Well, from these initiatives, I can mention, for example, the Al-Khwarizmi Research Fund, AI Research Fund, which is targeting to develop research projects provided by universities, research institutions, and startups in all areas like industry, agriculture, and so on and so forth. The International AI Center at Mohammed VI Polytechnic University that was launched recently, and which is being considered for a UNESCO label as the Continental AI Reference Center. The launch of many startups developing AI-based solutions and apps for all kinds of areas. AI and IoT dedicated training programs in several universities have also cities of professionals and skills targeting to contribute to the training of AI and IoT workforce in the country at the level of the TVET. All these initiatives should have a strong impact on Morocco within the next few years. I think that Africa AI and IoT Challenge will certainly contribute to attain several important and strategic objectives within our continent, mainly to raise awareness in the continent about the amazing benefits of AI and IoT for several vital areas such as education, healthcare, and sustainable socio-economic development, where the continent is facing major challenges. And to promote and develop networking, cooperation, and synergies among different African stakeholders from academia, industry, and government in project and initiative related to AI and IoT. Well, there are also a few other interesting initiatives related to the theme of this challenge that are under preparation and that would be launched very soon by IEEE, and I would like to share with you some of them. For instance, the IEEE Internet of Things has just announced the IEEE Global Cities Alliance that's already disclosed very interesting initiatives to harness and promote the use of IoT and AI for different applications. There are also a few other interesting initiatives that are related to this area, like the Global Smart Cities and the Community Challenge that will be launched soon by IEEE IoT in partnership with the International Telecommunication Union, the Smart Cities Summit series, and the IEEE World Forum on IoT series. Well, I seize this opportunity to invite all the African IEEE sections and other organizational units, countries, and communities to get involved in these initiatives. Last but not least, I wish all the participants in this challenge the best luck and the most enjoyable experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Saidi. Thank you so much for being with us in all initiatives. We're still in Maghreb, and now we have Tunis. We have Tunisia. Please welcome with me Ms. Basma Younes, the Development and Public Relations Director at Innovation City. The floor is yours now, Ms. Basma.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having me at the opening ceremony of Africa IoT and AI Challenge. My name is Basma Younes. I'm the Development and Public Relations Director at Innovation City and the Project Manager of Tunisia IoT and AI Challenge. So Innovation City is a private company built in state-public-private partnership. It aims to foster an innovation ecosystem in the mechatronics sector and to strengthen high added value activities, digital city, intelligent transportation, and smart factory. It brings together key actors of innovation, leveraging a connected and thriving ecosystem is made up of innovative companies, industrial companies, research centers, universities, and engineering schools. Our objectives are to improve the competitiveness of the region and the country and to boost the potential of ecosystem actors through the following message: to develop and animate a new generation of multi-sectoral intelligent industrial parks, to develop the synergy between education, research, and industry, as well as technology transfer and skill development in the field of mechatronics. And finally, to develop an environment conducive to entrepreneurship and startups. In 2019, Innovation City launches the Innovation Business Accelerator, NBA program, which creates value throughout the entrepreneurial journey from ideation to scalability. This program in 3 actions, like Tunisian IoT and AI Challenge, competition, coaching, and business development service, aims at the continuous generation of new startups. In 2020, Innovation City has set up the first Industry 4.0 Competence Center as part of Tunisian-German partnership and under the umbrella of the initiative towards Industry 4.0 in Tunisia. It offers support and diagnostic service tailored to Tunisian industry companies that aim to identify appropriate digital solutions. It supports service in the implementation of these solutions and support and training programs that will focus on new technology. In 2021, Novation City has implemented a new incubation and accelerating program called Start4, with a focus on Industry 4.0. This support program aims to develop synergy between startups and the industrial world, enhance the role of the academic world in the logic of transformation, and enrich the technological offer made in Tunisia in terms related to Industry 4.0. And in this context, Novation City will launch next month the first edition of Tunisian IoT and EE Challenge. And that brings us to the end. Thank you so much for your interest and attention.
Thanks a lot, Ms. Basma. I can see in the chat now we have many people are celebrating Africa Day, and they are welcoming all the partners. For all our attendees, if you can share with us where are you following us from, to mention your countries in the chat, this would be highly appreciated. Moving now to the Sub-Sahara, here comes Uganda. We have now Professor Venantius Barya Moriba, the chairman of the board of directors of Uganda Technology and Management University, UTAMU. Welcome to the stage, Professor Barya.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
If you can please adjust your camera because we can't see you well. We see the upper.
Okay. Yeah. Can you see me now?
This is perfect. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great pleasure and honor that I speak to you during the official opening ceremony of the Internet of Things to Intelligence Challenge. As you've already been informed, I'm the national chairperson and focal lead of the Africa Internet of Things and Artificial Intelligence Challenge in Uganda. And I'm happy to be here and to be part of this important event. I also serve as the chairman of the board of directors of Uganda Technology and Management University, which is also the national challenge coordinator. Now, UTAMRIC is an umbrella research and innovation non-profit organization whose aim is to address challenges in research, innovation, and business incubation and startup ecosystems within the African context. UTAMRIC has a mission to nurture the next generation of researchers, innovators, high-tech companies that are competitive, thereby creating young billionaires in sub-Saharan Africa. So as UTAMRIC, and on behalf of all Ugandans, we are extremely delighted to be part of this collaborative effort, which is expected to expand the Internet of Things and the artificial intelligence innovations at the national and regional ecosystems, providing young innovators and startups with technical and business capacity building through training bootcamps, mentorship, coaching, suitable information resources, and online workshops. In partnership with highly recognized experts that we've drawn from the academia, the public and private sectors, as well as research, innovation, and incubation hubs in Uganda, I'm happy to inform you that we are ready to win this challenge at the African level. So we are happy to be part of this challenge, and we are committed to creating an innovation atmosphere that must live, grow, and shine to leverage Uganda's as well as Africa's digital economic growth. Uganda, like many other sub-Saharan African countries, is still young in the knowledge and application of new technologies such as artificial intelligence and the Internet of Things. This was demonstrated during the COVID-19 pandemic, which affected many critical services in the health sector, education, and other sectors. And it was realized because we realized that actually we were unprepared, we lacked the necessary skills and related infrastructure. However, this COVID-19 pandemic also ushered in many untapped opportunities in the field of information technology, with huge potential to stimulate and drive innovations to spur economic growth and internet connectivity in all sectors of the economy, which will lead to effective participation within the region, the continent, and growth to look at things differently, the way we use technology in the day-to-day activities. Therefore, this challenge is a great opportunity for Africa, which we must take advantage of. It is also an awakening opportunity which will bring to light and enhance the various talents and technical skills which are vital to the creation and formation of critical thinkers and innovators in the field of science and technology. We can achieve this by identifying, supporting, and encouraging all the stakeholders with the ultimate objective of creating positive impacts in Africa and beyond. Therefore, it is time for Africa to dive into the deep end, embrace the relevant different technologies, participate and capture the fourth industrial revolution that has been talked about a lot, and digitalization to effectively and efficiently transform the African. Ladies and gentlemen, as the best station of global capitalism, the US might seem like the world's most entrepreneurial country, but a recent survey which ranked countries in terms of the percentage of the adult population engaged in entrepreneurial activity shows that Uganda is actually the most entrepreneurial country in the world. In this regard, this challenge aims at creating a fast journey to an equal playing ground in the realization of the 2030 Global Sustainable Development Agenda, with specific emphasis on Sustainable Development Goal number 17, which is to strengthen the means of implementation and to revitalize the global partnership for sustainable development, which include issues of capacity development, multi-stakeholder partnerships, and voluntary commitments, science, technology, and the national sustainable development strategy. This challenge will therefore contribute significantly towards enhancing the North, South, South-South, and triangular regional and international access to science, technology, and innovation, and enhance knowledge sharing. Therefore, building up scientific capacity and capability will be critical for not only starting, but sustaining Africa's digital space and environment. As I conclude, I'm sincerely most grateful to the organizers of this challenge and for trusting and selecting UTAMRIC, that is UTAM Research and Innovation City, as the challenge official local partner in Uganda. We commit to work with all partners in Uganda, all universities, all incubators, all innovation hubs to ensure that innovators from Uganda, startups from Uganda participate in this challenge and end up at the final national and global partners will definitely enhance the research and innovation capacities of our youth in developing digital solutions, which are lacking or very weak in our societies. We have a firm commitment, you have a firm commitment and assurance that we shall do everything possible within our means to make this challenge a great success in Uganda, Africa, and beyond. I thank you for listening to me, for God and my country. I hand over the microphone back to you.
Yes, thank you so much, Professor Baria, and I would like to thank you for your initiative and the great efforts you put in the Africa IoT and AI Challenge from day one, and taking the initiative to lead the Uganda IoT and AI Challenge. I'm sure Uganda will be in the top finals, doing a great job through your national committee and the consortium you made with high-level participants from all over the governmental offices in Uganda. Thank you so much. Last but not least, now we have Nigeria. Please join with me in welcoming Dr. Evans Woherem, the Chair of Digital Africa. The mic is yours now, Dr. Evans.
Thank you very much. A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. As you've been told, my name is Dr. Evans Woherem. I'm the founder chairman of Digital Africa. And I am also absolutely delighted that we are made part of this event on behalf of the whole of West Africa. I'm also delighted to meet you all. I believe that this is a very important event. It is going to help us to build capacity in Africa. It is also going to help us to have so many institutions in Africa and individuals interested in IoT and AI, as well as other exponential technologies of today. I believe that this is also in synergy with the vision of my organization, Digital Africa. The vision of Digital Africa is to bridge the gap, the digital gap between Africa and the rest of the world, especially with regards to exponential technologies. And it is for this reason that we have been having all kinds of conferences and workshops and also all kinds of activities geared towards bridging the gap, between Africa and the rest of the world with regard to ICT. Now, I believe that we all know that, as they say, civilization started in Africa. Africa is the cradle of civilization, and as such, also the cradle for innovation and technology. We believe that it is an anomaly today that there's a lot of gap between us and the rest of the world in very, very key technologies. And I believe that it behoves on all of us to try to do something about it. And it is for that reason that we are trying to bridge the gap. We all know that there is a new train, so to speak, a train carrying all kinds of exponential technologies like AI, like IoT, like virtual reality, augmented reality, like big data, like all kinds, blockchain, driverless cars, quantum computing, and so on and so forth. These are the technologies that are defining the future. Some people say that they are bringing about a new epoch of industrial development, the fourth industrial development era. I believe Africa should really be well part of this train. And it is for this reason that I believe that this is a laudable event, because it is helping to create awareness. It is helping to build capacity. It is helping to make sure that in all individuals of Africa, we are going to begin to see as very important these new technologies. And by our bricolage, we are going to tinker away and come up with all kinds of innovative ideas that are going to make us to really be part of the fourth industrial revolution. My own goal is that Africa should know how to use information technology as well as any other part of the world. But we shouldn't only be users, we should also be developers. We should therefore make sure that by research and development, by some institutions we have, shops we have places where people can go and do bricolage. We have places where people can go and tinker away and come up with new ideas, so that at the end of the day, to be members of this fourth industrial revolution era. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all for being part of this event. I believe, as I said, it is going to be a very, very important one. I thank all the organizers of the event, IEEE, and all the others for organizing this event. We are going to make sure it is going to be successful. and that at the end of the day, it leads to so many other good things for Africa. Thank you very much. Back to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Evans. I would like to share a big thank you to all our esteemed guests of honor and attendees for their time and support to Africa IoT and AI Challenge and the digital transformation it is stimulating in the region. Thank you all. I'd like to seize this opportunity also to take a group photo, a Zoom screenshot or selfie, virtual selfie with you all. So I'd like to ask you all, please, to open your cameras and fix your views till we all open our cameras. I'd like also to thank all the teams working on the challenge. So we have the technical team and the marketing and the design, and we have the production team for this studio. And I promise you the team here is like a beehive, and we're working on a very high level challenge that will be taking the whole continent to the next level in the digital transformation. Now with the photo, I believe everybody is on now. Yeah, Mr. We want to have Mr. Bahiri if you can join us, and Mr. Aboud. Yes. Thank you so much. So we will end now, and for more information about the challenge and its partners, activities, and everything, please refer back to our website, Africa IoT and AI Challenge. The website link is africaiotai.org, or reach out to us through our social media with the name Africa IoT and AI Challenge. Now we will play the final video, and we will end the opening ceremony here. Thank you all for your time, and have a nice evening.
Thank you.
Basma Evans, I need your contacts, please.
Yes, Dr. Shadid, we can share all contacts of all participants or all challenge organizers for sure.
Yeah, this would be a great idea. This is a great idea.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Looking forward for a successful.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you for the great event.
Ahmed Aboud, thank you.
Thank you.
Aboud, this is your acknowledgement. Thank you very much. Really.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.
Thank you, Mr. Aboud. Thank you.
Good, good.